Hey everyone, for today's video we're going to be taking a look at my Thomas Friends card collection. Let's get started. The first model we'll look at is Thomas the Tank Engine. I remember when Thomas was the #1 blue engine because he is really useful and he coaches Annie and Clarabelle. Up next is Edward. Edward Edward has to be one of my favorites too, because he is the #2 blue engine. Because he's blue and he has a tender. Because he has all of jobs to collect, jobs to be helpful and be useful. Up next is Henry. Henry was one of my favorites. He doesn't like the rain because he doesn't want to get his paint wet. Otherwise, his paint will get ruined. Because that's why he would stay in timber sheds. Or in the... Up next is Gordon. Gordon is the #4 blue engine. And because he pulls the express. The same thing goes to Henry. And he usually used to be really useful as well. Up next is James. James is the #5 red engine. He likes this coat of paint because he doesn't want his paint to get ruined. Because he likes the color red. Because red is his favorite color instead of black. The same goes to Thomas, because Thomas is, at the begins, Thomas is green. Up next is Percy. Percy is one of my favorite characters as well. He is the #6 green engine. Because he used to pull the mail coach. And plus, he usually loves to... He's Thomas's best friend. Up next is Toby. Toby is one of my favorite characters. Toby is really useful. He is the #7 brown tram engine. And plus, he usually is the #7 because he pulls his coach Henrietta. Up next is Duck. Duck is one of my favorite color. Favorite engine, because he is the #8 green engine. He usually likes it when he usually likes to pull coaches and stuff and make friends with each other. That brings back memories from the TV show. Up next is Donald and Douglas. They are the twins from the TV show. They usually work together as a team. Sometimes they get into a fight. And this guy looks like he's looking at something. Because he likes looking at the buffers. There's so much. Up next is Oliver. Oliver is the number 11 green engine because he has assisted Toad. Because Toad is a brake van and Oliver's the leader of the train. Of course. Up next is Diesel. Diesel is one of the only... I have multiple Diesel engines that I got. And he's the black one. And here's something that is cool. And he guesses, look at that smile! The one on the TV show had a mean face. His face was scrunched up. He's like, well, I'm happy. I'm a Diesel. Getting along with these engines. Yeah, I like him when he smiles. Up next is Spencer. Spencer the Grand. Spencer likes to be really useful as well. He usually loves to pull the Duke and Duchess's coaches. From the Heroes of the Rail. And Thomas met Hero. And Spencer didn't know who that new engine is. I remember that at the apartment. Up next is Lady. This lady came from 2000. That's the year that Thomas and the Magic Railroad came. Yeah, I don't like Thomas and the Magic Railroad. Because of Diesel 10. And I didn't put him in there because Diesel 10 causes trouble. But Lady is my favorite. Because Lady is the hero of the Magic Railroad. He helps Thomas bring back the magic. Up next is the twins, Bill and Ben. Bill and Ben are one of the twins from the TV show. Because they are really useful. Sometimes they play trick on each other. Tricks on the other engines. Just like from Kids Toys Play. But they sure like, look what you did. No, look what you did. Well, author. Let's put that aside and move on to the next engine. D261. This train, if you have the Thomas and Friends book, you do not know who this character is. That's the story, and never made it into a TV show. I don't know why they never put this in a TV show. It's like they would... I wish they would put that on the TV show. Up next is Hank. Hank is one of the biggest engines. He helped Thomas collect all the train cars and deliver them to the Knapford station. And there's his name, Hank. He has this cool red cow bar. And he usually has thing ball. Up next is Mighty and Mac. Mighty and Mac are the two faces. The engine has two faces. Because they worked together when they first met, came to the island of Sodor. They were fighting to know which way to go. But they worked together. They worked together as a team, by the way. Up next is the one from the team. The ones that from the Caldy Fowl Railway. Let's put them on this thing. These are the ones. This one's Caldy. This one's Lord Harry. And this one's Godred. They never featured in a TV show because they have two faces. Look at those. They're nightmare fuel. This guy looks like he's up to no good. Good. This guy looks like he's up to no good. Whoever's responsible to whoever I did that, I did a very good job. Up next is Dennis. Dennis helped Thomas bring a big load of cars. He came to Sodor and helped Thomas along. So he did it all the way to but he towards the destination. And that's why you should always work together. Excuse me 1 second. Next we have Duncan. Duncan is a narrow gauge engine because Duncan is usually has those pipes around frame because these pipes, whoops, he dropped them. Now, as I was saying, that the pipes are the only ones from the TV show. He's featured in the TV show, but sometimes he gets cranky all the time. Like Cranky the Crane. Up next is Rheneas. Rheneas is Skarloey's assistant. Which is why I always love it when he usually work together. Excuse me 1 second. When Rheneas I heard that Rheneas gets this coat of paint that's yellow. Rheneas is the very useful engine. Up next is Duke. Duke is one. No, if you haven't noticed, Duke has the narrow gauge. He was locked away in the old scrap shed, and one time later, he was rescued. I hope someday on Bachman, they release Duke. Well, that didn't stop me from making those engines. Oops. Up next is Stanley. Stanley is the one from the TV show as well. Because he helped Thomas from the Great Washington. The Adventures of Great Washington. Of the collapsing bridge. He helped him. I hope there's a new toy. Up next is Flora. Thomas met Flora a long time ago. And Flora helped Thomas with... she looks a lot like Toby. She looks like Toby, but female. She looks amazing as well. Next is the ones from my dream that I had. The custom engine. Let's put them on my super station and have a cool. This one is Glum. He's always lonely. Engine. Glum the lonely engine. And this one's Stuffy, who always and this is Morty, the other. I know that. Up next is Skarloey. Skarloey is the narrow gauge, which is smaller than... he's Renee's best friend. And Skarloey usually helped him with his new friend. Well, I mean his friend. Out. Up next is Daisy. Daisy is one of... if you might get this model confused. You do not know who this character is. Well, she usually loves to make things right. When she was stopped by a bull, when the bull sniffed her, Daisy ran away. Up next is Boko. Boko looks like Daisy. Boko usually is still from the TV show, which is pretty reenacted from the TV show. Because Boko is one of the coolest engine on Sodor. Go away, fly. Up next is Splatter. Splatter is one of the next is Splatter and Dodge. Splatter and Dodge are one of the minions with Diesel 10. Yeah, they don't like Diesel 10 because Diesel 10 causes trouble. He's like, no, we don't want to help you no more. Yeah, we don't like you. I seen the Thomas and the Magic Railroad before. Up next is D19. If you have the Thomas and Friends book, you do not know who this character is. It's just like D261. This guy never featured in the TV show. Because I don't know why they put this in a TV show. Oh well. Up next is Rusty. Now, unlike the narrow gauge, Rusty is the narrow gauge diesel. Which is why I have always put all of always help a friend out. Up next is Murdoch. According to Trains Are Fun, the guy who loves Murdoch so much because is it because orange is his favorite color? I don't know. Up next, the last engine we're going to look at is Sir Handel, a narrow gauge. Sir Handel is blue because usually look like the ones from the TV show. Unlike Bachmann, they have Sir Handel. Oh. And plus, they usually like it. Looks exactly like it. Before we end it up, let's take a look at Cranky the Crane. Cranky always gets cranky, but look at the smile of him. He's like, well, I'm just being good. I'm just turning it around. Yeah. And there you have it, everyone. My Thomas and Friends collection. Be sure to subscribe to what you think of this show. And have a great day. Bye-bye.